Muddy Waters, Chicago Blues, a blues collection CD I bought from the Cancer Research charity shop in Chesham. McKinley Morganfield got the name Muddy Waters because as a kid he liked to play in the mud banks of the Mississippi. As a young man he moved to Chicago in search of a record company, something he could not find in the South. He was inspired by his heroes Robert Johnson and Son House, and was an early adopter of the electric guitar in blues music. He assembled a band that was made up of future legends and made music that has influenced all kinds of artists over the following decades. The Rolling Stones named themselves after one of his hits. Other English acts like John Mayall and Fleetwood Mac copied his sound, and all the great guitar legends of the rock era, Clapton, Beck, Page, Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan, etc., all borrowed his licks. He also played harmonica. I have plenty of Muddy Waters' best known numbers on blues compilations. The famous songs like Manish Boy, Hoochie Coochie Man, and I've Got My Mojo Working. This CD looks like it was part of a series which probably came with a magazine. It does not have all the well-known numbers, but I did not need them. It is actually the first time I've listened to an album made up entirely of Muddy Waters. I found it refreshing to hear a true blues voice as opposed to all the copyists, twisting their normal tones to make a sound they believe sounds more bluesy. The music on this CD is much more sophisticated than you would expect, had you been exposed as much as I have to middle-class, middle-aged Englishmen of any ethnic origin playing in local blues jams. There is much more barrel house boogie piano on this CD than I would have expected. There is blues lead guitar and harmonica, but it is not always the main event. I say that as someone who found himself listening more to Stevie Ray Vaughan's piano player than was probably intended. The harmonica goes well beyond what you would expect to hear, and the rhythms vary in places jazz and in places rock and roll. It boogies and swings and does that stop-start thing we expect from songs like Manish Boy, one of the most imitated of his originals. The surprise for me is the version of the country blues song Karina Karina, a song sung by all kinds of singers from Dean Martin to Bob Dylan. Muddy Waters, Chicago Blues.